Hey everybody, just a quick video here. I am working on the piece that you've seen me doing live here and on Vintage Finders Warehouse. I want to show you the top and how I get the unique blending. I can't take credit for how I blend this. This was my friend Diane's technique that I've taken a liking to and use it on a lot of my pieces also. So what you're going to do is you're going to base coat it in the color that it predominantly is, or the piece predominantly is, and then you are going to wet that down, because this is a kind of a water technique. So you're going to give it a good wetting. And then you're going to start getting your colors. So this is collard greens. Now this is not going to look pretty at first, but I'm going to show you what we're going to do. And you're going to get some collard runs on there. Make sure you have enough paint because you're going to be blending these together. Little dips and doos all over. Put some up here. Right, so that's one color. Now your light colors, you're going to need a little bit less. We're going to come in with Sawmill gravy. A little bit here, a little bit there. Anywhere you feel like you need to put some in. Now we're going to come back through with the original color, Spanish moss. We're going to fill in some of our gaps here. Because we do want that to match the rest of the piece. So this is making the whole top have varied colors all over it that are going to be run together. And we have one last color. We're going to use a tiny bit of Gravel Road just for a little bit more darkness. It looks kind of like collard greens, but it's different. I'm sure on the video it looks a little bit like collard greens, but it's more of a gray, a brown gray actually. And we're going to keep this wet. It's okay if they touch each other and run together. Keep your brushes with you, because once we start blending here, you might want to go back and use one of those brushes to add more. Wet that down real good. Now for this, I use my Paint Pixie, Dusty, and Lil'D. These are perfect for this blending technique. So we're nice and wet now. You're going to start running those colors together. If you feel like a spot is dry, give it another mist. You don't want to overwork it because you don't want them completely together, but you do want to blend it until you're happy with it. Now you could do this with another brush. This brush is made for something like this. It's got natural bristles, so it doesn't soak up the paint and blend them completely together. It lets you run them. Now if there was something, like if I wanted to lighten that up a little bit, I could put a tiny bit more white in there. I kind of like the variation. I like that real smoothness. It almost gives it like a marbly stone-like effect. I'm going to give myself a little bit more water over here. So you don't want to see brush strokes. You won't see them because your paint is pretty wet. So I'm just going to keep running this a little bit until it's just a little bit softer. I don't want this to be very dramatic. Voila! That is how you do a blended top. Now, if you don't have a little Dusty or a Lil'D, of course you can use another brush. You just might have to change your technique a little bit or try it on something else to see how it works before you do it. But Super simple. If there was something you didn't like about this when it dried, you just do it over, sand it down a little bit, do it over again. I think I'm going to be happy with this. We'll see what it looks like when it dries, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye!